Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. We are doing an update in my reading journal, and then I just kind of did a combo of what I read in August and setting up for September because I had to do most of my collaging off camera, and I just thought it would be silly to do two videos. So I am up to 112 books so far for the year. My goal was 100. But I was kind of lowballing it. I haven't read any of my read before 2024, so I gotta get on those. But like I said, I only had like 5 or 6 left, so I ain't that pressed about it. I read 15 books this month. I did participate in the romance readathon hosted by Maggie's Books and Things. It was just really, really fun. There was lots of like storylines and like I wasn't too active, but I did like track my points. There was a point system, and depending on how many points I got determines who I end up marrying, because it was like a historical Bridgerton romance kind of thing. And I had a character and all that. It was fun. The end. The first book that I gave 5 stars that I liked was a book called Teeth and Tarot. It was a paranormal romance with 2 male characters. One of them was a witch and descended from like Arthurian legend, and it was a cop investigating his magical family, and he ends up turning into a werewolf, and they fall in love, and it was great. The next one, it was Forged by Magic. It was a very like cozy, low stakes fantasy. It reminded me kind of like Legends and Lattes. It had like a plot. It was nice, but it just wasn't like everybody's gonna die, you know? It was between an orc and an elf, and it was delightful. And this last one was more like literary fiction, sort of magical realism. It was based on a family of witches who their powers come from flowers, or they can like grow stuff. Anyway, it was about a girl, one of the family who thought she didn't have any magic, ends up falling in love, and she is trying to come to terms with like herself, and it's kind of coming of age because she does end up having magic. It's just super epic, and like she was a late bloomer, you know? But it was great. It had lots of like family dynamics and things like that. So it was really, really good. 5 stars. And then, so now we're doing September. So September is my birthday month, and my reading journal for the last half of 2023 is Studio Ghibli themed, so Miyazaki movies. And Howl's Moving Castle is my ultimate favorite. It's actually based on a book, so I thought it was appropriate. So the movie, there's lots of like flowers, and like it's magic, and it's about a girl who meets a wizard, and wizards in this world are kind of like bad. They're known for stealing pretty girls' hearts, and she gets cursed by a witch and has to go like find a way to break the curse, and she meets this wizard, and you know, there are lots of antics, and it's very like cottagecore fantasy vibes. So I found a picture that had like mountains and flowers and things, because in the movie he creates a world for her that's like flowers, and it's really romantic, and Howl is definitely boyfriend goals. And then so I found like a DVD case that I wasn't using that had some pictures and stuff from the movie that I incorporated into my spreads. And the wizard, the main male character, his name is Howl, and he can turn into like this big giant raven, big black bird. And in the movie, his room, he has like lots of shiny things and there's like leaves everywhere. And I found that picture you see on the right that looked very much like what his room looks like, with lots of shiny things and leaves and things like that. Looked very magical. I found that in like a hospitality magazine, like a magazine about hotels and restaurants. So my setups in my reading journal are pretty simple. I usually just do a cover page. Here's the books that I read in the month, what I rate them, and then sometimes I do like a challenge. So this one, I'm doing like a 30 and 30. It's hosted by one of my favorite booktubers. Her name is Ashley, and her YouTube is Bookish Realm. And ooh, girl, that 30 and 30 looks so ugly, so I'm redoing it. Look at those numbers. Gross. Anyway, so it's read 30 volumes of manga in a month. So I'm going to give it a try. And that's the kind of final flip through. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.